Arsenal are looking at 6 potential deals right now from departures and maybe a late incoming signing. It's the day after yesterday's defeat, and I've seen on the timelines, Arsenal fans are broken. Alexander Isak today, here we go. The early hours of the morning. Chelsea look like they're going to do some business potentially as well today, but Arsenal fans are hurting. And I'll be honest, I try to be honest as I can on this channel. With Alexander Isak signing for Liverpool, it makes it very, very difficult for Arsenal fans looking at, from a Tottenham fan's perspective, I only see Liverpool as the favourite now. Arsenal are still in the race, and Liverpool could get hit with an injury crisis. But them signing Alexander Isak is like a dagger through Arsenal's heart. Could Arsenal do a deadline day move? It's unlikely, but the market is still open. It's still open. There's 4 hours or so to go. You know, you're looking at today, here we go for Nelson, Sammy Lokonga joining Hamburg. You're also looking at Hincapie getting announced today. There's a lot of Arsenal news still out and about. You know, Zinchenko is probably going to stay. Kiwior's finalising his Porto move. Fabio Vieira is joining Hamburg on loan. We've got a lot to get into. So make sure you go down. You drop a like on the video if you haven't already. We are going to be live from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., the last 2 hours of the window. Make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button as well. It would be greatly appreciated if you haven't already. We're approaching 78,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. Now, Arsenal fans are very, 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 I don't really know how to word it. They're just hurting. Yesterday, you saw a world-class free kick by Dominic Szoboszlai. Who knew he had that in his locker? I know he scored one for Hungary before, but that was a moment of absolute genius. Fans that are saying Arsenal are completely out of the title race, I think is incredibly reactional. It is only 3 points. If Liverpool were to go and lose a game and Arsenal, you know, win, for instance, they're back in it. If they beat them at the Emirates, they're back in it. But the Alexander Isak signing has tipped the balance massively like this, because Alexander Isak, Ekitike, Salah and Gakpo is an unbelievable set of options. But they only really have 4 attackers because Harvey Elliott now has just joined Aston Villa. So are they a little short in terms of their depth? Who knows? Who knows? But in terms of what's been happening today, Leandro Trossard could potentially still leave. It looks like Zinchenko is going to stay. There's so much transfer news going on. It looks like Fulham are going to try and sign Raheem Sterling as well. So the deadline day is going to be absolute carnage. But I wanted to talk about Arsenal's departures, because so far there is quite a lot going on. You've seen today, here we go for a loan deal for Nelson to Brentford with, I think it was an option to buy on there. You've also seen Hamburg do deals for Vieira and Lokonga. We'll start with the Nelson deal. This, for me, probably should have been done earlier on in the window. It was clear to see that he's not part of Arsenal's setup. Exclusive, Brentford agree a deal. This is coming out from Fabrizio Romano. Brentford agree a deal. Nelson's chosen to join Brentford over other clubs on loan, turning down interest from other Premier League clubs as European sides. He is now on his made for a medical. I think Nelson's a good player. I think he's going to do well at Brentford. I really, really do. I don't know if there's an option to buy on the loan deal or an obligation. It hasn't been said yet, but that is a good signing for Brentford. You know, Brentford have got a lot of money in this window, and I think I've got a feeling they will struggle. They need goals. That, you know, they've played free. They won against was it Aston Villa? Other than that, you know, against Sunderland, of course, they lost, and they lost 3-1 against Nottingham Forest. They've sort of course sold Buemo and Visa, so they need to bring goals in. Now, in terms of other departures, it looks like Hamburg have done a double deal for for Fabio Vieira and Sambi Lokonga. Florian Plettenberg tweeted out saying a done deal. He tweeted out saying the following: Fabio Vieira to Hamburg. Full agreement for the 25-year-old attacking midfielder will arrive in Hamburg within the next hour to undergo medical. Loan with an option to buy it worth more than 20 million euros. An unbelievable deal from Kunz and Costa. Kunz, I think it is. Kunz and Costa. Hamburg are trying to sign new players on deadline day. Vieira and Sambi Lokonga. Sambi Lokonga is just not in Arsenal's plans. Let's just be brutally honest. He's just not good enough. And Arsenal need better. But they can get rid of both of them to Hamburg in a double deal. That's pretty good business from Arsenal, to be honest with you. And there he is. So, like, Arsenal in terms of departures, Leandro Trossard's another one that still potentially could stay, could go. Who knows? Arsenal just need that left wing resolved. For me, Eberechi Eze should start every single game for Arsenal on the left-hand side now. You saw yesterday, Martinelli was not able to beat his man. As soon as Eze come on, he beat Szoboszlai very, very easily in the first, like, opening 10 minutes of him being on. He got past him 2 or 3 times. I think they, they need more. Like, for me personally, I don't know. It looks like, Tyreek George is a potential option for a lot of teams. Is he better than Martinelli at this moment in time? Like, you're seeing a player that just doesn't have any confidence. And you're seeing, like, with Trossard, if the right offer comes in for him, I think he could leave very, very late in the window. But, Arsenal just need a player. They need someone who can consistently beat their man. Like, I personally think, could Arsenal, have they done enough to match Liverpool? In my opinion, they needed one more. Semenyo is a player I think Arsenal should have went and signed. They should have went and signed. Now, the market, is still open. They were looking at Kolo Muani. We've actually signed him. We're going to be talking about that late on the transfer live stream. But other than that, have they done enough in terms of bringing in what I think they need another wide player? Piero Hincapie is going to be a very, 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 very good sign-in for Arsenal. Defensively, they're sound. But you look at that front line that played yesterday against Liverpool. The right wing, of course, got Saka. But he, of course, is going to miss the Manchester City game. He's going to miss the Forest game. And I think he's going to miss the Newcastle United game and the Athletic Bilbao game. And then you look at the rest of that front line. Gyökeres, of course, he's going to score goals. I'm not judging him too much because he's only played a handful of games in the Premier League already. But that left-hand side, man, if you want to win titles, you need a better winger than Martinelli. You have to have a better winger than Martinelli. Like, surely. Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, David Raya. Good defenders. If it wasn't for a moment of magic, even Arne Slot said Arsenal would have drew that game. You're talking about a world-class moment, but Gary Neville said it. He got it absolutely spot on. Is there belief in Arsenal's team they can win the title? Is there belief? You look at the options off the bench. Eze, Dalman, Odegaard, Trossard, Wanyeri. All your creativity's on the bench. So I think Arteta went for a draw. I'll be honest with you. I think personally they should go in for someone on deadline day. Someone like Lookman. Lookman would be perfect. Let me know your thoughts. Do they go in for a deadline day move? Zinchenko looks like he's going to stay. Lokonga, Vieira, Kiwior, all left. And then you're seeing a lot of teams right now very much still active in the transfer market. Like, there's a lot of, I think Chelsea are looking at someone else. Lookman would be ideal. Lookman or Semenyo for Arsenal would be ideal. But yeah, and Vieira is going to finalise his move. I think Kiwior is also going to finalise his move to Porto. It looks like that's going to be announced probably very, very, very soon. I mean, this stat here, I don't know how legit this stat is. Is this legit? Look at this stat from Kiwior. Wow. Another player who just didn't get the respect. Another player who just didn't get the respect. Like, Kiwior leaving, Samuel Lokonga leaving, Fabio Vieira leaving, Reiss Nelson leaving, Zinchenko is staying. Any late business, we will be all over it on the live stream. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.